content, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on the post notifications so you'll know when I go live to get up in your business. Hey, this is not a new look. I just ain't did it in a while. I've been doing this look forever, child. Thank you. What's up? Thumbs up the video when you come in, y'all. That's the only way to get in the algorithm. Ooh, these mosquitoes. Did y'all see the live me and my son did the other day? I got slizzard on that live. By the time the live was over, I was toe up. Drinking that damn vodka with that peach tea. I had a good time talking to him, though. He gave me a lot of insight. Thumbs up the video, folks. Hey. So, listen, I'm going to start off with the Sacred Rebels and channel and see what we got going on with y'all. Okay, this is just the Oracle deck. And then we gonna look into this. I actually pulled the juice out today, okay? So it might get a little messy over here. Okay. Let me move these. My son got his whole life in my truck right now, so I'm trying not to let y'all see what's going on behind me. All right, Big Mama, get up in Weirdo Gang business. What they got going on? Oh, Belladonna, that's very real, baby. Shit, they ate Christ. What you think communion about? Just saying. You gotta use your mind. They don't want you to do that. Going beyond normal. Okay, so some great ideas coming in for some of you guys. Some of y'all might be sewing. It might be difficult for some of y'all to sleep right now. And I'm gathering that some of y'all need to save money. I mean, if you can, okay? Some of y'all need to save money. Next, we have diving for light. Yeah, I feel like you guys are trying to get an understanding about something. Some of y'all might be questioning things. Maybe trying to get an understanding of what's going on. Don't come in here being racist, talking about all black women do these cards. All black women don't read tarot. Don't be a racist. Somebody get rid of Lucas. He's a racist. No racist allowed. Don't come on here judging people. And what the fuck does my skin tone have to do with tarot? Nothing. All white people steal. How about that? Smart ass. Let me get rid of this Lucas bastard. You're annoying. You don't get to come on people's channel and just start attacking. See, this shit I be talking about. Then when I go off, then everybody want to act like it's me. Like, whatever, okay? I can't, Mimi. What else? All right, we have come to life. Some of you guys can have some artistic abilities that Spirit is kind of telling you that you need to tap into. Okay? So some of you guys may be going back to, like, painting or... oh, I'm hearing singers. Somebody has a beautiful voice. I'm also getting, what do you call it? A cult. I'm getting a cult energy here. So I'm not sure if maybe there's some watchers in here. Some people that may have been sent. Okay. But I'm picking up on the occult here. Also, I'm getting wisdom. Spirit is saying they want you guys to use wisdom in the next coming months. Big Mama said the rest of the year. Be very cautious. Okay, what is this? Okay. I'm seeing panic buying. I'm seeing like, okay, so I'm walking through a store, a grocery store, and the shelves are empty. Okay, so I guess it's some sort of a warning. Go and stock up on like water and cans and stuff, non-perishables. Okay. Yeah. Why are they running? Okay. I don't know if you guys remember when I told you to make sure you had like cash on hand, make sure you have you know, actual physical money. Big Mama is saying that the money is not going to matter. So make sure you have survival things. So water, canned goods, seeds, ways to light fires, so like candles, ways to cook. Maybe go and buy yourself a small barbecue grill or something like that. Blackout. Okay. Damn, I came over here to see what was going on with y'all. I'm getting an intentional blackout happening. Big Mama said they practicing. Is somebody blacked out? Is there a these people are panicking like hell. They're making my heart beat fast. Are there blackouts or something happening? Does anyone know? There was a blackout in Spain. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I'm picking up. She feels, she knows. In Europe, 3 countries this past weekend. Ah, okay. Maybe that's what I'm picking up. Yeah, because I'm seeing people panicking. They're like trying to buy stuff, but they can't because like the cash registers don't work. So people are literally like loitering, like stealing. They're stealing the products. They're fighting over like formula, water, toilet paper. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Shit. Well, are they posting all that stuff on the news? The fighting and stuff? They bombed it on the weather phenomena. Okay. Oh, they blamed it on the... Okay. Yeah, that's not true. That's not true. It's not a weather phenomenon. They're practicing for something, guys. And I feel like they're going to try and hit us too. Okay? So, I don't know how long this is going to be. But I feel like it's close. But they're practicing. Wow. She feels, she knows. Okay? She feels, she knows. So, what you feel, trust. Okay? What you feel, trust. I don't know, Belladonna. I don't know what they're practicing for. Remember when they did the whole thing with Katrina and all of that? They were practicing. You know how now we got the floods going on in all these other places, the wildfires, all that's practice and resetting. And people need to understand that. And I was doing some research because I was trying to figure out what was the reasoning for like targeted places being hit, because it seemed like it was targeted to me. It was weird. It was like first we saw the Canada wildfire, then we saw the California wildfire, then we saw all the flooding and the wildfires happening in places where wildfires don't happen. And Big Mama said smart cities. So I started Googling where were they getting ready to look into building smart cities, and all of those places they were looking to build, like Hawaii, they're trying to build a smart city there. California, they're trying to build a smart city in the places that caught fire, like Malibu and all that shit. It's an agenda. Like, we need to understand that. That's what we need to know. Hey, I can breathe. Okay, so you guys can research it yourself. A lot of these places that have been catching fire and flooding, they're going to rebuild smart cities in its stead. Okay. Spirals of manifestation. Okay. So, taking advantage of manifestation energy is what Big Mama is saying. She's saying there's going to be spurts. So there's going to be times where Let's say, for instance, I don't know how superstitious you guys are, but let's say, for instance, you wake up one day and you just feel lucky. Go buy a lottery ticket. Or you wake up and your hand is itching. I believe in that, because every time my hand itch, I get money. I ain't even gonna lie. And your hand is itching, go buy a scratch off, or go to the casino or something like that, because there's gonna be spurts. Okay. Can you guys thumbs up the video for me? Bottom of the deck, we have every journey starts with a single step. Okay, this is angelic energy, by the way. Okay, I feel like some of you guys might be getting some invisible visitors. Yeah, the spirit realm is merging itself more with the physical realm. It's already been doing it, but a lot of people have been like spiritually asleep for a really, really long time. And now that there's an awakening happening, because this awakening, Big Mom, okay, I had a dream about the awakening, right? Because I didn't understand it. I thought like the awakening was one thing where it was just like, snap, people are woke. Apparently, that's not the way this is going to work. The awakening is going to be happening over the next 100 years, Big Mama said. I was like, 100 years? I'm like, girl, that's a long fucking time, okay? For people to still be asleep. So when you meet people, and like, for instance, people who are still wrapped up in religion, people who believe things that just aren't true, okay? They haven't really done any research on it, or things like that. And I don't want to necessarily come for religion in itself, but there are a lot of people that are starting to actually study that information themselves, and they're starting to see that there's a huge problem. Okay, whatever those problems are is between them and whoever they deal with spiritually. But people's gifts are going to be being revealed to them slowly but surely. And not for nothing, I want to share this with you guys too. I don't really like to share my dreams like that, because my dreams are so deep that sometimes I know when I go into different dimensions, it's not meant for me to tell you guys everything, because some of you guys are just not ready for it right now. But I'm going to say this. Some of you will come back. You're going to leave and you're going to come back. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, you use your sense. Okay, you're gonna leave, you're gonna come back to this realm, but when you decide to reincarnate back to this realm, it's gonna be a different place. It's gonna be very robotic. It's gonna be very machine like. For instance, the movie The Terminator, The Matrix. That is going to be, some of you are going to opt to not come back here. I don't blame you, okay? I'm doing my best to try to not have to come back to this godforsaken place, but some of you are going to come back, and it's going to be a different place. And Big Mama shared with me that one of the ways that you can retain your knowledge is you can request. So you'll be like a smart old soul. The thing with the pandemic babies, extremely smart, coming out of womb, crawling while they're still in the hospital, holding their head up, looking around the room. My baby did that 23 years ago. Okay, so you're going to come back as, like, I guess you could say, super babies, very intelligent, knowing things you're not supposed to know, with psychic abilities, being mediums, wise beyond your years, knowing things that, like, some adults don't even know. Okay. So some of you are going to be born with gifts, okay? So you can request it, but a lot of people don't know that it's as simple as ask and you shall receive. It's it's a very simple concept. And, with this whole witchcraft magic thing that they have going on, TikTok is really bad for that. I see so many people cursing themselves on TikTok, it doesn't even make any sense. They'll be like, yeah, I'm going to do this ritual. And I'll be like, girl, you just messed up your whole generation. I be watching them. I be like, y'all have no idea what y'all be messing with. Please stop going on the internet and listening to people trying to tell you how to make someone love you, love spells, and manifesting this and manifesting that. Y'all, listen, all of this stuff is very, very simple. The human mind and our belief is so deep that people will unalive you over their beliefs. People have been terminally ill and come out of a terminally ill state because they believed that they were healed. It was that simple. Okay? So belief plays a gigantic, humongous freaking role in what ceases to exist. Okay, so if you're one of those people who believe that there's a heaven and a hell, and when people die, if they're bad, they're going to hell, don't be bad. Okay, because that, what you believe is going to be your reality. It's as simple as that. Okay, it's as simple as that. If you don't believe that, and you don't walk that walk, and that's not your belief system, and that's not how you rock, you believe that, hey, I'm a good person, I'm going to do right by people, I don't believe in no damn pit that burns people up, even though, sad to say, that's not real. Hell, the so-called hell that people talk about was not even created for human souls. It was created for demonic entities. And y'all know how I feel about them, okay? But it's not what they try to scare you and make you believe anyways. Okay? It's not what it is. And I'm not going to go here because this is not a Bible study. I'll do one of those for y'all on Patreon if y'all won't, like we did before. And everybody got pissed off at my ass. But whatever. Y'all saw it was true. I took y'all through the verses yourself, so y'all know I wasn't capping. Alright, anyways. I done pulled out the juice, girl. Okay? And we've been fixing to get deep into this and see what is going on with y'all. What's everybody's energy besides them needing to stock up on non-perishables and water and be prepared for some sort of a test? All right, we have gifts. This is for the gifted and talented. Okay? Is the divester era over? What you mean by that? ain't no divester era. Shit. It's all, listen, there's always gonna be a group of people who are over shit and a group of people who aren't. There's no such thing as a divester era. There's no such thing. People are going to do it as they do. Just remember this. We are not our ancestors. Nothing that's going to happen to so-called melanated people is going to come out and turn out the way that it did before. We are not our ancestors. They are not going to trick us into going out in the streets where they bring dogs and water hoses to hose us down and bust upside our head and unalive us and all that. We are not our ancestors. We have too much proof that that doesn't work. So there's going to be a group of people that are not going to fall for the bullshit. But just like with the thing with the protests, when everybody says, stay your black ass in the house, there were still black people out there. There's nothing you can do about that. So there is no divester era, okay? It's just people standing up for what they believe. And everybody's not going to believe the same thing, and that's perfectly okay. And by the way, you can tell by the way we move as a unit who's woke and who ain't. Just saying. Hey, Target. Anything else? So for the gifted, let those who have ears to hear and eyes to see. Okay, this is for you. We have imprisonment. Okay, and I know a lot of you guys feel spiritually trapped, and in a way we kind of are, but spirit is about to start downloading to us. Listen, I need you guys to keep your auras extremely clean. Stay away from bad people. Try to eat as clean as possible. Fast. Okay, cleanse your vessel out. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, I tell you guys this all the time. If you want to manifest something lightning fast, just fast. Okay, thank you, Darnell. Hi, honey. Okay, just fast. If you're trying to manifest money, fast. If you're trying to lose weight, please fast. Okay. If you want to relocate, fast. If you're confused about what's going on in your life right now, fast. And fasting, a lot of people like to associate fasting with biblical text, which it kind of is, but fasting is something that existed. People were doing long before the Bible was written. Long. Thousands and thousands of years before the Bible was written. People understood that when you fast, you're actually cleaning your blood. It started off as a medical thing, not a spiritual thing. They turned it into something spiritual, but it started off as a medical thing. They noticed that when people, like now we have like feeding tubes and shit like that when people can't eat, right? But back then when people would get really sick, a lot of times they would lose their appetite and then they would start to heal. And they were like, wait, something's associated with this. Why do they heal when they don't eat? That's where fasting originated from. A lot of people don't know that. They go on Google, the first 100 pages is going to lie to your ass, so whatever, okay? But that was how fasting became a thing, okay? The longest fast you did was 48 hours. I fast every day, actually. A lot of people don't understand that you can fast daily. I fast throughout the day. I'll have one solid meal. Unless I'm like, if I'm drinking alcohol, then of course I eat before I drink, and then I eat after I drink, because ain't nobody trying to get the sclerosis thing. But if I'm not having like cocktails or something, I'm just simply going to fast all day. I'm going to make sure that my body is telling me that, like, I'm going to be good. I'm going to drink water and all that. It's, a lot of times it be vitamin water, but I'm going to get my antioxidants and, you know, my, and my alkaline and all of that stuff. I'm going to put that in my body. I'm going to go to the gym. I can work out on an empty stomach sometimes. Sometimes I have to eat like a little half a sandwich or whatever. But yeah, I fast daily. Okay, and it's totally okay to do that, especially if you want to, especially you ladies, right? I get a lot of y'all to be like, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. I'm telling you, intermittent fasting is one of the fastest and safest ways to lose weight without going out doing Ozempic or putting something in your body foreign and you don't know what these side effects are going to be. Okay, so fasting is a wonderful way to keep your body in shape. Yeah, I fast about 18 hours a day. I'll have a 6-hour window where I'll eat, but I only eat once. So I don't just sit there and just gobble eat. And then I cut a lot of things out of my diet as well. Like, I try not to eat sugar. I don't eat potato chips anymore. I try to stay away from processed food as much as possible. Now, don't get me wrong. I have my days, girl. Okay, when I got to go get me a good little chicken sandwich from Burger King or something like that. Or I go to, you know, Olive Garden and get me some pasta or something, you know, every now and again. But, yeah, I try to stay away from processed food. Okay, so try to do that. All right, we have distant horizons. A lot of the things that you guys have been doing and a lot of the things that you're taught, you're going to turn away from it. And I know that sounds weird to you guys. I remember when I first started my journey, when Big Mama and them, excuse me, because when I got my first spiritual talking to, it was in threes. It was my Big Mama, my papa, and my mama, my biological mother. They all came to me at once, and I was so fucking overwhelmed. And they were telling me, they're like, no, you're going to end up turning away from all of this stuff. And my mom was explaining to me. She was like, yes, I raised you Christian, but I didn't know anything else. And da-da-da-da, I did what, you know, what I thought was right for you and everything. And when they were telling me, I just wasn't receiving it. You know, kind of like that story when that angel came to Sarah and told her she was going to get pregnant. And she was like, nigga, I'm 99. Fuck is you talking about? I just didn't believe it. I was like, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, I've been in church my whole life. Like, where else am I going? Like, I don't know anything else. And then when it started to happen, I was like, oh, I remember. Okay, I remember. What'd you say, Darnell? You do the opposite. You drink before you eat and eat later. No, that's what you're supposed to do. Don't stop that. That's exactly what you want to do. Drink before you eat and then eat after you drink. Okay? Next, we have the main male. All right, so a lot of you guys are getting ready to step into your power. I'm gathering the energy of humility. I feel like a lot of you are getting ready to go through a phase of humility, and you can call it a ritual or whatever. I don't know. You know, people call things so many different things nowadays. I don't know what to think about this spiritual shit. But yeah, a place of humility. I recognize a pattern with spirit. For some reason, every single person that I've ever done a reading for that gets ready to have some sort of a spiritual awakening, there is a humility thing that happens with them. They are humbled. Some of them end up homeless. Some of them end up losing their jobs. Some of their incomes shrink tremendously where they're like, oh my God, what the hell? They have to start kind of saving or spending less or not being able to help the same people they were helping. It's kind of like a cleansing that goes on, okay? So, yeah, I'm getting that. I'm getting a humiliation cleansing. I don't want to call it a ritual. A humiliation cleansing that is getting ready to happen with you guys. And just so you know, the esoterics, the higher ups, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, the enlightened ones, they use these methods as well because they know that these things help to manifest. The problem with the way that they do it is when they humiliate you, they get all of your blessings, grace, mercy, abundance. Okay, it belongs to them. Okay, and that's the reason why they do that. When you see those artists and they be like, oh, such and such got on a dress, you know, this person did this, oh, they you know, he played a role in a movie where he had to be with a man even though he got a wife. Or when you see that slapping, you know, Will Smith slapping Chris Brown upside the head on national TV, on the Oscars, all of those things are known as humiliation rituals. But what they're doing is those people are giving their abundance to those folks. Okay, they're giving their Really, there's, when they say they sell their soul, that's what they mean. They don't own anything. They don't own themselves. They need permission to spend any of the money that they're getting from them and all that. People don't know that behind the scenes. People who want to be rich and famous, they don't know how many restrictions those people have. You might as well say they're like in jail but out here with us. Like, they have to ask for everything. They be like, oh, I want to get this new car. They be like, hold on, let me check your finances. Nope, too bad, you can't get that. You can get this though. Like, it's a really sick, the industry is a really, really sick place. But here in this realm where we are free souls and we haven't given anybody access to control us, it works the same way. When spirit comes in, go on, man. When spirit comes in and does this humiliation cleansing for you, it opens you up to start to purge. So some of you will fast simply because things are going awry in your life. You're like, oh my God, and then fasting becomes a part of your everyday life. That's how it became a part of mine. Okay, I mean, you know how humble of an experience it is when you and your children are sleeping in somebody's house on their floor and you done lost everything. Okay, it's like, dude, that is a very humbling. When I say I lost everything, I went from people coming to my house like, oh my God, your home is so beautiful, it should be on Better Homes and Gardens. Oh my God, your home is, to me and my children being in a car and driving down the highway with a cardboard on the back of it that said tag applied for, traveling from state to state without enough money for insurance or anything. Ended up on my friend's floor, had to stay there for 2 weeks until the shelter had a spot for me and my children. That is, I needed help so bad I wasn't even embarrassed. It was like that. And I'm grateful that spirit put me through that experience, because now, 15 years later, you know, I don't, like, when I say I want something, spirit gives it to me. I'm very obedient to spirit because I know spirit is not going to lead me astray. I used to question everything. I used to be scared of everything. I used to be like, oh my God, I'm afraid. Is that Satan? Why do they want me to read tarot? Tarot is evil. Da, da, da. I was so scared of everything. Now I just embrace everything. I'm like, okay, you know what? I understand how the universe works now. The universe is everything. So there's truth hidden in everything. I can read any book I fucking want. There's going to be some lies, probably, if a man wrote it, of course. But there's truth in everything. All of the spiritual knowledge has some truth to it. But there's also some twisted things as well. Just like this idiot saying tarot is satanic. How can cards be satanic? Did you know that playing cards, the 52 card deck that you use to play cards with, are tarot, and those are just pretty much the same thing? Did you know that? They're the same thing with pictures on them. You know, the cards you play spades with and goldfish and all that, they're the same thing as tarot cards. But let them tell it this is evil. We'll let them have that, okay? Can't make everybody smart. We have message, it flew in sideways. Okay, so spirit is trying to download some messages to some of you guys, and for some of you these messages are going to be confusing. I would recommend writing this down. I know this is not like a notebook era, like you guys aren't like notebook, book and pen you know, generation. So pull your phone out, open up your notes, and, you know, write down what it is that you're seeing in these dreams. And things like that, and go back to those notes later. There was a lot of things that happened to me years before I figured out what they were talking about, because I journaled it. I wrote it down, and it would be 2 years later and I would read and I'd be like, oh, you get what I'm saying? So yeah, write things down. And some of it was so deep that I had a family member that actually stole my notes. She stole the whole fucking notebook. And then when I said, can I get my notebook? This bitch went and took my notebook, the stuff I wrote that spirit told me. She took it to, this is no lie, I would not lie to y'all. She took it to CVS and made copies of my notes and gave me the copies and kept my notebook. Bitch, what? No, bitch, you take the copies for yourself. How dare you? What if you don't dream? Then you just don't dream, honey. It is what it is. Spirit don't talk to everybody in dreams. Sometimes spirit talks in your head. Sometimes spirit talks through number synchronicities. Sometimes spirit talks through your children, your grandbabies. Sometimes spirit talks to you through the people and the things that are happening around you every day. Your coworker might walk up to you and say something, and you be like, You know what, motherfucker? I was thinking about that and I didn't have an answer and you just gave it to me. Thanks a lot. The spirit does not, listen, we're all different. Okay, we're all just like we're all built different. We all have different skin tones. We all have different thought processes. Why won't this fly get out of here? Damn, I know my son's stuff in here, but Jesus, what you trying to say? He stank. But we're all different. We're all built different. Our brains process things different. You can find two different people, right? From two different parts of the world and give them the same life experience and they'll take something totally different from it. They'll take something totally different from it. So listen for spirit to talk to you in all types of ways. And I get that sometimes people be like, well, what are my spiritual gifts? Why spirit ain't talking to me? Spirit don't talk to everybody. Some of y'all don't need to be talked to. Some of y'all can find spirit in little things. You can go sit under a tree and read a book and the fucking tree will download thoughts to you. You get what I'm saying? But some of y'all are so busy stuck in the house working and moving with the project that they have going on, which is us, okay? And the agenda that you don't know that just getting out of the house and getting into nature will give you answers to a lot of your questions. A lot of your questions could be answered if you just went for a damn walk. Seriously, go outside. Sit outside on the porch to spark up your barbecue grill and instead of cooking inside the house, you know, go out there and throw a few hot dogs and hamburgers. It's about to be summertime. Go throw something on the grill. Okay? No, that hoe didn't give me my notebook back, Belladonna. She did not. Okay. We learn to be quiet enough to hear spirit, right? Not all the time, because I'm gonna tell you, sometimes spirit be talking to y'all and be telling y'all stuff and trying to elevate y'all and get y'all to where y'all supposed to be, and y'all will get these thoughts and y'all will rebuke them. I've seen people do it. They be like, oh, that's the devil. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And do. I can't believe something in my head told me to go and read this, or something told me to do that, or something told me to apologize. Something told me to do it. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something about how, and I'm glad this card came out. Poverty is next. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me during my spiritual cleansing, my humiliation cleansing. I didn't know a whole lot about Facebook back then. It's about 15 years ago, some shit like that. When all this stuff happened. I didn't know a whole lot about Facebook, but I went on Facebook because my kids were talking about it. It's like, Mom, you gotta move with the times. I'm with everybody on Facebook. I said, okay. So I go on Facebook and I started finding all these fucking people I hadn't seen since like elementary school and fucking middle school, and family I hadn't seen and talked to in ages. Didn't even know where these people were, what was going on with them, if they even existed, were they alive. And while I was looking through, they were like, people you may know, suggested users and all this. And I just started to weep because I was like, oh my God. You know how like sometimes you'll see someone in the situation, instead of like the person popping up in your head, it'll be like the situation that happened. And I started to realize, I was like, damn, Queen, you know, you were a really, really mean bitch. And this is me talking to myself, you know. And I just started going through and I started sending people messages. You know what? Back in the day, I remember when I did A, B, C, D, and E to you. I really apologize for that. I don't know if you remember me because, listen, your girl, look, I went from the ugly duckling, okay, to the beautiful swan, okay? Trust and believe that. But a lot of them had no clue who I was. They were like, oh my God, is that you? Like, oh my God, you're so gorgeous. Like, is that you? I'm like, yes, it's me, and I want to apologize to you. And I went on an apology tour. I just started apologizing to people, and it was so cleansing for me because y'all know how hard it was for me. The only people I ever apologized to was like my dad and my kids. I would punch people in the fucking face, wouldn't tell them I was sorry. I would have told all the people I snuffed that I would apologize. Of course, I didn't apologize to like people who like just dogged me, you know, did dirt gangs to me, like, or I punched them in their mouth because they did something to me first. I didn't apologize to them. But people that I had hurt unintentionally, people I had said things to, just being myself, you know, just being a fiery Aries and being bold and speaking my mind, and I hurt somebody's feelings and I remember them crying. I'd be like, oh, suck it up, stop being a wuss, you know, like, man up, it's all right, it's just words, it don't hurt, you know. And I went around and I started apologizing to people because at this point in your life, the only place you have to go is up. Once you fall this low in life, there's nowhere else for you to go but up. Or down in the ground. You can give up. Okay. This is the type of energy that a lot of you guys are probably in spiritually. Okay. I hope that none of you are in this in real life, in your, you know, in your everyday life, poverty. But I feel like spiritually a lot of us are going to be humbled because we need to be spiritually humbled. Okay. And especially people who and you know, there's something I never understood, right? I grew up in church. Y'all know I was Baptist. I grew up Baptist. That's why I can sing and all that shit. And you know, when I was young, it would just kind of like we went with it, right? Because my grandmother was a pastor, my grandfather was a pastor. It was just normal. But when I started to get a little bit older, probably like my teen years, I would always look around at Christians and I would be like, damn, these people, like, they come to church, you know, they smell so good and they look so good. And then you would go to their houses and they would just be living like, you know, low income, food stamps, and, you know, just really, really low energy, right? And as I started to get older, I was like, damn. And I remember saying this as a teenager when I started to notice that there was something up with them. I was like, damn, they drive nice cars and they come to church and they look really good and they smell really good, but these people are really sad and poor. And I remember saying it. I was about 13, 14 years old, and I was like, ooh, Jesus, I don't want to be like that. I don't ever want to be like that. I don't ever want to live that way. I don't ever want to be somebody who's sad and depressed and poor. And I said that as a teenager and had no idea I was manifesting in that moment. I had no clue. Now, did I go through a poverty stint? Yes, I did. I was on a public assistance when me and my ex-husband split up. Yes. I was on Section 8. I got food stamps like that. And I worked 2 fucking jobs. And I still didn't make enough money to not be able to be eligible for public assistance. So it's not like I was sitting at home waiting on them to send me shit. Okay? A bitch was up working. And I love living in nice areas, so I always lived somewhere where I had to pay extra money out of pocket, even though I was on Section 8. They paid the bulk, and I paid the extra. And I remember crying at times. I would be so damn tired, y'all. Oh, I would be so freaking tired. And I would be like, oh my God. I'd be like, please don't let this be my life. Don't let this be the end for me. Don't let poverty be the thing that defines me. I don't want people to look at me and see what I've been through. I want them to be shocked when I tell them my story. When I tell them what's going on with me, I want them to be like, oh wow, that lady, can you believe that she used to, you know, be homeless? I wanted it to be like that. And then when Spirit had completely humbled my ass, okay, when I finally stopped judging people like my Christian counterparts used to do so much, when I finally stopped feeling like if people didn't believe what I believed and they were going to hell and they were gonna die and you know, and all the stuff that I tended to grow up around in Christianity, when I stopped being so damn judgmental, that's when my life opened up. Where I was like, oh, this is how you manifest money. This is easy. You know, like, wow, okay, all I have to do is mind the business that fucking pays me. Stay up out of people's shit. Let them do them. Let them figure it out. And this is the era that we're in right now. We have to learn to mind our own damn business. Spiritual, physical, emotional. Mind your own business. Everybody's journey is not your journey. It's not your job to tell people what's going to happen to them if they don't believe what you believe. Okay? Let Spirit put them on the track that they're supposed to be on. Let Spirit get them right. Let Spirit whip their ass if they need a spiritual whipping. Let Spirit do that. Okay? So try to individually, and I mean this not just in a spiritual way, but even like men and women. Like, I see so many channels popping up where women are like, oh, look at what these men did. The men did this and the men did that, and the men stink and the men are stupid, and then the men are, you know, all these bitches are the BBLs and the bald-headed and they masculine and this and that and whoop-de-whoop, right? All of that is wrong, y'all. Okay? All of that shit is wrong. Listen, I do watch it because it's fucking entertaining, and some of that shit is funny, okay? Especially that call your baby daddy, ask him $50. That shit funny as hell. Whatever. So I do watch it, but it's wrong. It's the wrong way to live your life. And I'm a firm believer that anything that you do or put effort or energy into every day becomes a part of your personality. So if you're going to sit up and intentionally make videos about how fucked up black people are, or how fucked up Donald Trump is, or how fucked up the United States and the world is fucked up, and black men are fucked up, and white men are fucked up, and the manosphere is fucked up, and women are fucked up, and black women are fucked up. If you do that every day, I guarantee you there is going to be a spirit that is going to attach themselves to your ass, and you are going to start to live that way. You are literally going to start to hate those people. You are going to judge those people. And you are never going to be able to move forward. Wherever you at right now, you might well just get on the treadmill, walk in place. Okay? So you have to be careful who you keep company with. Be careful not to keep company with people that are too judgmental. I'm not saying don't love your mama because she a Christian, and don't go over and visit, and don't go to Sunday dinners, and don't kiss your mama and call her on New Year's and Mama's Day and birthday. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you know your mom is one of those people that's going to judge everything another person does, limit your time that you're spending with her. Okay? If you know that somebody is a content creator, for instance, and they get up and they yell and scream and foam at the mouth about black women and black men and Bradley and Nicole Brown Simpson and all that shit, limit your time you spend with them. Do not let that shit become a part of your personality, because I promise you there's going to be something negative that's going to attach itself to you, and that is a problem. Okay? Energy is the loudest fucking communication that exists. And people don't understand that. They think, well, I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything, baby. Actions and energy has always spoken loud. As a matter of fact, telekinesis was the first language. Look at spirit. Y'all heard that? Confirmation. Okay? Telekinesis was the first language. Body language is the only language. That's what I tell people. Body language is the only language. You can sit in my face and smile at me and tell me how much you love me and tell me that you got my back, and if I need it, you need anything, queen, you call me, I got you, I love you, queen, and then turn around, bust me side my head, cheat on me, call me out my name, disrespect me, steal my car, steal my money, treat me like I ain't shit. You don't love me. You do not love me. And we're going to have to start learning how to separate ourselves from the things that are not healthy for us. Okay, that's what we're going to have to learn to start doing. And I've been talking to y'all about this a lot lately. We have to learn to grow up, guys. This is the time for us, and that's a part of the spiritual awakening as well. We have to learn to grow the fuck up. That's what we have to do. Not just physically, not just in our physical age. We have to learn to grow up in every aspect of our life, every aspect of our world. Maturity is walking away from a relationship where somebody is abusing and hurting you, even if you love them. Maturity is saying no to your children when you have a 3-bedroom empty house and saying, no, you can't come live here. I'm going to let you get out in the world and go and take care of it on your own. That's how I'm going to teach you how to grow. I'm not going to spare the rod. If I want you to be strong, and I want you to be smart, and I want you to be a good problem solver, and I want you to be an adult out here in a dog-eat-dog world, you can't come in and out my door when you feel like it just because I have room for you. That's growing up. You know how much humility that takes to tell your children no? When you love them from the depths of your soul? You know how much it hurts me to tell my baby boy he can't come up in my house. He got a whole room in there, bed and everything. You can't come here, baby. I'm sorry. You're going to have to go out in the world. You're going to have to figure it out. Well, I ain't got nowhere to go, mama. I don't know what to do. You got 2 brothers. They both got somewhere to go. Figure it out. All right, mama, I got it. I'm going to figure it out. Okay, baby, figure it out. That's humility. That's good parenting. It hurts, but it's the grown-up thing to do. That's how you don't handicap your children. That's how you actually help them. Okay? You say, hey, Queen, it was nice to see another side of you. You're doing a nice job with Lucky. He's a smart and kind young man who loves you to pieces. Thank you. That's my baby. Me and him was laughing the other day because I was like, okay, motherfucker, you've been here for a few days. It's time for you to... okay? Ski-daddle, motherfucker. You're getting on my nerves now. Okay? I only been by myself in my house about 6 months. I don't want nobody in my house. Go on now. Okay, next we have toil and labor. And Spirit is saying this is going to be hard. This part of the journey is going to be hard for some of you, okay? And it's okay. I've been eating pollen all week. But it's okay. Okay, this is going to be different. It's going to be difficult, and it's going to be hard. And for some of you, you're going to fight this, because I did. When Spirit started introducing other things to me, and they kept telling me, but I'm everywhere. How dare you tell me what to teach you? And I'm everywhere. I'm everything. I'm everyone. And I kept saying, but I was taught in church. When Spirit was, trying to get me to read certain stuff, I would come across certain information. I'd be like, oh my God, I can't read that. Oh my God, I can't touch that. Oh my God, tarot. Oh Lord, I was having a midlife fucking crisis. And Spirit was like, but I'm everywhere. I'm in everything. How dare you tell me what I'm supposed to tell you to do? Like, the fuck, who are you? Lady, what do you know? You read the Bible, bitch. I created the universe. The fuck? You got one book. Fuck do you know? Bitch, you don't know shit. Spirit literally had to check me. I had to get chin checked by Spirit. That's when I started to learn. That's when I actually started to learn. I was in my 30s, y'all. Okay, imagine not becoming a spirit of life until you're a student of life until you're in your freaking 30s. I was in my 30s when I actually started to listen to Spirit, and Spirit kept saying, it's me. I was like, the devil trying to get me. Spirit was like, no, fool, it's me. I'm like, prove it. Started seeing them number synchronicities, and I was looking that shit up, and I was like, oh, y'all do got my back. It is you. Oh, y'all know I'm a big crybaby. Yeah, and let me tell you, a lot of you are going to be rewarded for this hard work and dedication that you're doing, okay? A lot of you are going to be rewarded for this, and I know this is going to be difficult and tough, and thank goodness I've been there, and I dropped my reading prices tremendously because Big Mama and them told me, they was like, you need to drop them prices. People going through some things. So I dropped my prices like way, way, way down. They are very affordable for you guys now, and I know the reason why they chose to have me do it now is because some of you, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. I probably shouldn't tell y'all, but when I asked Big Mama and the universe and them, I was like, why do y'all want me to do this tarot thing? Like, what's up? And I was like, well, what is my purpose? And Big Mama said, you are here to teach the leaders. And I was like, bitch, I don't know shit. What you mean I'm here to teach the leaders? But when I started doing personal readings and I started pulling cards on people, I knew exactly. Like, I have read for people who they have no idea how great they are. I'm talking about people who can fucking perform miracles. People who, if they put their mind to it, they can fucking walk on water. I'm not lying to you, okay? So I've done readings on some pretty awesome people, and they've come to me, later and been like, yo, Queen, you have no idea. You have no idea. I've done some miraculous things in some of my readings. Oh, thank y'all for the updates. I love y'all. I wish some of y'all were bold enough to get up here and tell people what happens and your conclusions from your readings. Y'all, man, y'all be having me an emotional wreck sometimes with these updates. I'll be like, make sure you update me, after the readings, man. And people send me updates and be like, oh my God, they found cancer in my, this part of my body because you said for me to go to the doctor and get it checked. And I'll be like, bitch, what? Prove it. Like, you lying. You lying. It's just been some beautiful things that have happened. And I know that there are some great people that are here, and I know that there are great people that are walking on the earth. And my greatest day would be the day that people start to realize that there's nothing greater than them. When people stop putting their faith in something outside of themselves, and they start to entertain the fact that maybe you are that vessel that Christ said that was coming, that would be greater than him someday. And they start to accept that and stop saying, oh, ain't nobody better than Jesus. Well, Jesus said it was people better than him. You know what I'm saying? That would be my greatest joy, to see people start to embrace that and be like, you know what? Let me focus on being great, because Christ said it was people coming that was going to be greater than them. So let me see if I can tap into that greatness. Let me see if I can tweak something every day to try to see if I can figure out what that greatness is. That would be my greatest joy in life, to see that. Okay? Because it's coming. But some of you guys are going to get some real estate that's going to come along with this awakening, which is a beautiful thing. And also, if you're having dreams and you dream of a house, the house is you. Okay? We have the mature man. Okay? So a lot of you guys are waking up masculine energy. Ladies, some of you guys are moving to Africa. Yeah. Some of you guys are going to be moving to Africa. Big Mama said, make sure you do a whole lot of research on Africa. Y'all see Africa right there, right? Let me hold it still so y'all can see the shape. Some of y'all gonna be moving to Africa. Big Mama saying, make sure you do a lot of research and make sure you get a tour guide, because they like to swindle Americans. That's everywhere though. I'm pretty sure when I was in Argentina, I paid more for things sometimes, but I didn't mind. It was like pennies. It was like pennies more. You know what I mean? If I can make your day with an extra dollar, great. Okay? Fucking great. Shit, I leave a bad server $5 over here in the United States. If I leave them and they great service, if I leave them $1 over there, they so damn happy. They be like, oh, gracias, gracias. I'll be like, okay, calm down. We're gonna give you something. I'm like, no, I don't need anything. Like, calm down. Like, it's just $1 in American money, but they're so grateful. And you know, that's the one thing that I loved about Argentina as well. We have the false person. Okay, be careful not to lie to yourself. Be careful not to lie to yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something. A lot of people won't admit this, but the biggest deceiver that a lot of you know is your own self. The biggest liar that a lot of you know is you. Because you've lied to yourself your whole life. A lot of you have lied about your abilities. You're lying about who you are. You're lying about your capabilities. You're lying to yourself. A lot of you are the biggest liars you know. But the narcissism and ego inside of you won't allow you to admit it. But you're lying to yourself. It's an excuse. It's an excuse for you to not have to do anything. Oh, I'm not that strong. Oh, I'm not Jesus. Oh, I'm not perfect. Oh, I can't perform miracles. Sure you can. Sure you can. Have you tried? When's the last time you tried? Okay? When's the last time you tried to manifest money while you complaining about it? Okay? When's the last time you tried to heal somebody from a disease since they're so sick? Like, some of y'all are the biggest deceivers y'all know, because y'all lie to yourself. And it's easy for people to lie to themselves. You know how easy it is for you to get up and look in the mirror and be like, oh my God, I'm fat because my legs hurt. No, you're fat because you have a poor diet and you won't get your big ass up and move the fuck around. Like, stop lying to yourself. Okay? Do not lie to yourself. If you lie to yourself, you are the deceiver, not us. Don't get mad at the world when they judge you when you lying to your own self. I don't know how to do that. I can't cook. But bitch, you lying. We in the information age. Turn on YouTube. Get on TikTok. Well, no, don't get on TikTok. Go on YouTube. Find some good food. Go out and healthy shop and get your ass in that kitchen and try. Some of y'all are naturals at things that you've never tried. But you would tell a bold-faced lie. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to swim. You ever jumped your ass in the water? How you know? How you know? How you know? Okay? How the fuck do you know? Because y'all be capping. Stop capping. Stop lying. Anything else? We got the lovers. Some of you are also going to be blessed with the love of your life, okay? And this doesn't necessarily have to do the bang, 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 even though the bang, bang, bang is depicted on this card. Excuse me, okay? Even though the bang, bang, bang is predicted on this card, some of y'all are going to get the love of your life that's going to come along. But for others of you, this is going to be you falling in love with yourself. And I tell you, ain't no love like self-love. Whitney Houston said it best. The greatest love of all is learning to love yourself. And that's wholeheartedly. You have to learn to love yourself before you can love anybody else. Stop lying to yourself, okay? Do not deceive you. The biggest liars that a lot of y'all know is yourself. And I'm going to leave this reading where it's at. I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.